Welcome to Sarah's Excel tutorials. This tutorial is going to be on fixing up a messy spreadsheet. As you can see, this spreadsheet is very hard to read. It's got hashtags in this column G, so we don't really know what that's all about. The first thing we should do, I think, is insert some rows. So we'll insert a few there. So we'll give it a title, Sarah's Excel Tutorials. We'll put a label on each column, name, date, description, status. Now I know what these amounts are, so I'll just put them on there. Total, including GST, GST, total, excluding GST. So what we want to do with these here is just wrap text so we can actually see them. Put that down, make that a bit larger, and then we'll center both of those there. Now with this column, you'll watch with column G, if I make that bigger, you'll be able to see what's underneath. So that's what the hashtag problem is. It means that the column or the row isn't wide enough. Now you can see these are all figures and they're actually all supposed to be numbers. So what we should do is change that with the $ to the accounting number format. If we don't want the accounting number, we just want a number, we can put the number there with a comma. Put that a bit wider. Oops, we'll undo that and just make that column wider. That column, there's nothing in it, so we can get rid of that. Hit delete. If we wanted to make all of those dollar figures, we could just put the $ on there. But we won't do that because there's not really enough room here. So we can get rid of those two. Edit, delete. And now it's starting to look a bit better. You can tell that one, that is far too long to go in that particular cell. If we wrap the text, we'll be able to see it. The same with the next one. Now, if you have a spreadsheet which has got, this is in very large font, but you can select everything by using this button here on the left, and by wrapping the text, it will wrap every cell. You won't have to do them individually. But I'm not going to do that because the text is just, it's a bit too large to do that. So if I did that, that one's okay. So already we've tidied up the spreadsheet enough that we know what it's about. We've got labels beside everything. We might see if we can change those back to currency. And then click on all of those and they'll automatically go to the right width. We can put a border on, all borders. And if we wanted to, we could go down and do the same. Oops, where have I gone? So we could put, well, we don't want lines on everything, but we could just make borders down here just for the columns. If we'd pick the all borders, we'd have lines going right across every single line, and that would actually also make it a bit harder to read. Okay, so now we've completely tidied up this table. One other thing we can do is when we scroll down, you can see we've lost the heading. So if we wanted to just keep that heading while we scroll down, we can put the cursor there, stay in that cell, and we can go to Window, Freeze Panes. That way we can scroll down as far as we like, and we can still keep the heading so we know what we're looking at. So that one's to do, that one was the price there. Everything then makes a lot more sense than without the heading. If you want to unfreeze the pane, window unfreeze panes, if all of these might be different names of clients, for example, and you want to keep those at the side, you can also freeze the panes here. You can freeze the panes wherever you want to. So you're always going to be able to see a certain section of it. The other things you can do to tidy up a spreadsheet if you want to, just to make it look a bit nicer. You can put in some colours if you want to. If you really want to differentiate, say, every second line for some reason, just again to make it a little bit more readable, you can grey out every second line. That looks a bit better than, for example, just putting lines on everything, which can make something a little bit harder to read, like that. If the whole table was done with those lines, it's not necessarily very easy to read. So if you don't like what you've just done, one easy way to get rid of it is just the undo button. So that's about it. That's the quick way of fixing up a messy spreadsheet. See you next time.